Hello Beyond the Blackboards, welcome back to another episode. You may notice that my background has changed. We've got my fish in the background, we've got a rustic mirror in the background, and that's because I've moved back to London. I was living in Cheltenham with my mum, my hometown, for 4 months, and now I'm back, so yay. Alright, so we have had the dates window set for the autumn exams for A-levels and GCSEs now, so we can now start to form a picture of how we want to plan for that going ahead. And I'll let you know those dates later on in the video, but what we can start doing, because we have those dates set, is start to get a bit more of a plan and a bit more preparation going on for those autumn exams coming up. What is it you should be doing right now? How can you maximize your chances of success when it comes to those crucial autumn exam time? And how do you factor in all the uncertainty around whether you will actually be taking it or not? So this is what we're going to be talking about in this video, how to start planning and preparing your course of action for those autumn exams. I know a lot of you guys have been commenting on this channel about if you're on a grade boundary, what you think you're going to get. I know people who have been homeschooled, private candidates, are also going to have to take those autumn exams. So how do you prepare for them? This is what this video is about. And should this video be successful and useful to you guys, I would like to make a whole series of these. What I'd like to do is make a whole guide, a survival toolbox, so you can start supercharging your studying. So we're talking planning and preparation, we're talking motivation, how to stay laser focused during this time, as well as specific tools and techniques that can get you the best learning possible in this time. So if that sounds like something that would be useful for you and something you'd like to see more from this channel, please do like this video, comment below asking what you'd like to see more of, and subscribe to the channel, because I have loads of good stuff from my teaching experience and self-development and research into learning theory and general self-development books that I think could really help you out, but only if it's useful for you guys. Alright, pre-ramble over, let's get to the hard tacks. Here we go, planning for your autumn exams. Alright, so some of the older Beyond the Blackboarders may have seen my video on the R method or the 6R method, and all of these study techniques that I'm going to be talking about, or study tips, are going to fall somewhere within those 6 R's. And so today's topic of planning is going to fall into the first R, which is routine. Now, I talk about planning and organization a lot on this channel because honestly, I think it is one of the most important traits you need to have to be a superhero reviser. If you don't have a plan, you have no direction to your study, and you're going to start randomly revising things in a chaotic way, and it's not going to fully sink into your head for when that exam finally comes. But how do you actually plan? It's very easy to say, oh, you need to be organized, you need to plan. What are you going to do? So I am going to break down exactly how to start planning and preparing for the autumn exams, give you very actionable advice so you can follow along with me at home. Okay, step 1 part of the plan, as I said at the beginning of the video, we now know the date windows for those autumn exams. So I'm going to tell you those date windows now if you haven't already heard. We know that for AS and A level, it's going to be somewhere between the October the 5th to the 23rd. And for GCSEs, it's going to be somewhere between November the 2nd and November the 23rd. And what this means is that if you're doing A-levels, you have around 3 months to prepare, or just less. And with GCSEs, you have around 4 months or just less. So what this offers you the opportunity is to start visualizing what it is you need to do in between those clear dates and now. So what would my advice be for revising? Well, of course you have summer holiday, and I think you should absolutely make sure you enjoy it. This lockdown time must have been really tough for a lot of you. Make sure that you enjoy your summer holiday. But what I'd also recommend is that if you think you will have to take autumn exams, some of you are more sure than others, I would put in some work as well, because what you don't want to happen is the August results coming out, and then you're going back to school and everything's really busy and we don't really know what that looks like yet, and you have to cram in a whole subject or two's worth of revision in a really short, chaotic space of time. We just don't know what that looks like, so I would get a head start on it. Now, of course, some of you know which exams you will be taking, and some of you may have to make your best guess. I know a lot of you have been commenting, asking me in my professional opinion what I think you might get, and the answer is I just can't really say without knowing you guys personally as a student. I can't really say. And also without knowing how the school moderation system will be carried out. But if you're one of those students that's unsure, that might be on a grade boundary and it might be hit and miss, what I advise is just having your best guess. It could swing either way for you, but even if you're unsure, it's still worth putting in a bit of groundwork during the summer holiday time before you get results in order to get a head start. You don't have to be slaving away, but it would be useful to get that brain going in a direction of your choosing, a tactical, targeted set of revision. Okay, you know your timelines, you know what you're revising, you made your best guess, or you have a clear picture of what you're doing in autumn exams. How do you start planning now? Well, I've mentioned it a million times on this channel, and I'm gonna walk through how you can use this incredible app called Adapt. So I'm gonna walk through now how I would use Adapt in order to plan for my autumn exam series on a day-by-day basis in a really easy way. So let's say I am on a grade boundary for French. I'm not sure what I'm gonna get for my French GCSE, let's say, but it could be any subject here, just off the top of my head. What I do is go on to Adapt, put in French GCSE, whatever exam board I am, and then I am given a plan of all the topics that I would need to cover in French. I can then set an end date for my plans, and it will plan daily tasks for me to do, so it ensures that I get through all the content that I choose. So for instance, if I wanted to cover the whole French syllabus a month before the actual exam dates, in French GCSE case, I might set it to October the 2nd. But if you don't want to cover the whole syllabus, then that's fine too. You just want to pinpoint particular areas that you think you might struggle with. In that case, you can delete those topics and then just put them in your plan as well, and then rearrange the dates as you choose. Another massive benefit in planning in this way and having the plan laid out in front of you is just it gets rid of a load of that anxiety, that fear of the unknown, because you can start to see what it is you're about to do. The task at hand is literally right in front of you, and it starts to feel a lot more in your control. Alright, so once you've got your holistic plan, you know what you need to do, what I'd recommend is setting yourself shorter term goals, because shorter term goals keep you motivated and keep you on track. So an example of a shorter term goal might be, by the end of the summer, I'm going to have revised all of my worst bits of French. So you can predefine what those worst bits are and then say, by the end of the summer, this is what I'm gonna do. All right, so you've got your overall plans and timelines now. What I would then do is break that timeline into smaller chunks. Specifically, I would plan what it is you want to do and achieve this summer holiday. Because of course, over the summer holiday, you're gonna wanna have loads of fun and it's not very structured at all. So what rules and expectations are you gonna set for yourself before going into it? So to do this, I'd set yourself clear rules and targets to reach during and by the end of the summer holiday. An example of a clear goal might be, at the end of summer holidays, I want to have revised all of the hardest bits for French, or I want to revise the whole of B1 by the end of summer holidays in biology. Whatever it is, work it out, dig into your textbook, plan, and look for the most crucial things that will give you the most confidence going into school next year, having done in the summer. Another really good strategy is just to give yourself really clear working times each day. So an example of a clear rule I might set is, every single weekday, I'm going to revise 2 to 3 hours starting at 9 AM every day, and then I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. I'm going to leave it behind me. But by giving myself a precise rule and time, what I've done is started to form a habit of work, and that's going to make it so much easier for you to maintain over this summer holiday period. I've got loads of information about habit forming that is going to make your life so much easier for studying. So if that sounds like a topic useful for you, please do comment below. Alright guys, so that's stage 1 of preparation for your autumn exams coming up. Now, as I say, I've got a load of information, and what I want to give you is a toolbox for supercharging your studying and revision in the form of a course giving you loads of tips and tricks on how to actually revise. So if that sounds useful, please do show me that it's useful for you by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, sharing it around with people, because I've got loads of content that I think would be useful for you. And as ever, if there's any video content you like over this summer holidays, please do let me know in the comments below. I answer to every single comment down there. Until next time, see you later.